Good morning, my dear subscribers. You're welcome to Sunlight Grant channel, where we give you the latest of the UAAG disbursement funding. In case you're new on my channel, please don't forget to click on the notification bell and subscribe. In case we drop new videos, you'll be highly updated.
Legitimacy of hope, information, and accountability. Today is the 22nd of March, 2025, and a wonderful Saturday afternoon. All right. I'm here this afternoon with a different mindset, and that is when expectation runs high and promises linger in the air, silence becomes more than just the absence of sound. It becomes a deafening roar. We were led to believe that the long-awaited disbursement would finally take place on the 17th of March. When that date came and went without a trace, we were reassured that the 20th would mark the beginning of a new dawn. Yet, here we stand, grasping at whispers and shadows, as silence looms over us like a relentless storm. But what does this silence truly mean? Is it a sign of something that is great brewing behind the scene to happen? Or have we been strung along a path of empty promises? The stakes are higher than ever, and the consequences of this silence could echo far beyond what we could imagine. Follow me. This uncertainty is beginning to deep with each passing day, and speculations beginning to fill the void that is left by the lack of communication. One moment we were told that the CBN Pioneers NGO's account has been uploaded for payment. This came up just a couple of days ago. And that once this is finalized, disbursement would swiftly follow. It sounds promising, doesn't it? Yet how reliable is this information when concrete evidences remains quite so elusive? Is it merely a tactic to keep one hopes alive while reality tells a different story? Adding to the current perplexities, we hear that the IMF supposedly returned last night. That's the latest of the information I got. But a statement which contradicts the previous update from OSIM, who had really already informed us that the IMF had returned some time ago. Now, why is these inconsistencies in the grant ecosystem? Could it be that someone somewhere is deliberately manipulating the narrative or fanning the ember of disruptions? Or is there an unseen power struggle unfolding right before our very eyes? We're made to believe that the IMF's return would serve as the final push that is needed to initiate this long-awaited disbursement. It was said to be the signal, the green light that will finally break the chains holding us back. Yet, despite their supposed arrival, there remains an airy stillness. What could be the bone of contention now? What factor, and I repeat again, what factor, and I repeat again, what factor is preventing progress when the stage seems set and ready? Is silence the answer? Could it be that the internal forces are waging a silent war behind closed doors? Are they fighting for control? Are they fighting for power? Or are they fighting for influence over the funds? Or perhaps new obstacles have emerged again that is threatening to derail the entire process? the truth is still remaining so shrouded. And this is leaving us in a state of relentless anticipation because everyone is set to hear what goes on. What is the problem? Are there principalities? Are there forces behind the scene that don't want people to laugh? Are there people that are out there wanting to impoverish the country the more? Where's the body coming from? One thing is certain. The silence is not without consequences. When silence goes too long, it could mean an affirmation. There is this scripture in the Psalms that says, the rod of the wicked would not rest on the lot of the righteous. People are prone to quote this scripture, but it's not complete. If you just say the rod of the wicked will not rest on the lot of the righteous, it's an incomplete verse. The B part of that verse says, else the righteous would put his hands into iniquity. May I remind you, or possibly in case you don't know, what does iniquity mean? This is the last language of judgment. But the Bible said, I will tell them, depart from me, ye that works iniquity. So what is iniquity? That will prompt the righteous to put forth his hands into iniquity. Iniquity is what you know to be wrong, but you go headlong to perform it or to do it all the same. Now James put it this way, said, he that knows what is right to do and does not do it, to him it has become a sin. Did you just hear that? Now the rod of the wicked would not rest on the lot of the righteous, else the righteous would be prompted to put, take note of that. It didn't say the wicked. It didn't say the sinner. It said the righteous. In other words, the longer it takes for justices to be brought to view or glare, the more it becomes too difficult for you to reach a compromise. And that is the stage where we are right now. Hearts are beginning to wane. Confidences are beginning to be assassinated. The rod of the wicked are beginning to rest on lots. They're resting on lots of the righteous. Don't let the righteous begin to misbehave or begin to do certain things unbecoming of a Christian. No. And I think we need to look at this. Too long a silence has consequences. I want to appreciate Osim. Osim, you are well appreciated. Madam Ngozi Israel, I want to appreciate you. You're well appreciated. Forget about the fact that certain information were given and the time looks, or it appears like those times were missing. The fact that you put your chest out in the midst of all of this uncertainty, when other voices have gone silent, but you kept speaking and talking to the people, you deserve an accolade. Forget about the inconsistencies in dates. I don't look at things in that perspective. The fact that you had the mind to tell us what is going on the inside. You told us what you knew. Yes, event that happened, right? Some of them had been overtaken by event. But the fact that you were bold enough to tell us what some people are not telling us, you deserve a praise. You deserve an accolade. All I just want to tell you is that don't let anything disturb you. Because much more than one individual who doesn't want to disseminate information, other persons are looking for one. Other people are looking for one. They are looking for how to get better within this grand ecosystem. The ecosystem houses a lot of personalities and characters. But you see, If you have one person that is still standing and others have gone to sleep, let us clap for that person and pray for that person so that they can do the right thing and serve us right. Too long silence can't be without consequence. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. There are people whose heart are strong within them. No matter how long it takes, somebody like me, I'm not shaking. But I can't say because of that, there are those whose hearts are shaking. Yes. One of the reasons why God did not take the children of Israel through the ways of the Philistines and took them through the route of the Red Sea was certain because He said so that they would not see war immediately they come out of Egypt and their heart fails within them and they return back to where He took them from. So He had to take them through another detour. That is one of the reasons. The other one was to prove them, to see what was in their hearts. Else, the promised land was just some days, maybe 9 to 10 days walk down to the promised land from Egypt. But God had to take them through the longer routes. That's another reason, to prove them, to see what was in their hearts. But my emphasis was that God cares for the feelings of the people, so that as they come out of Egypt under that glory, that euphoria, that happiness, then they jam the Philistine wall and their heart begins to fail and they say, what's benefit? Let's get back to where we're coming from. God had to shake them from there. He wasn't silent about it. Too long a silence has consequences. Too long a silence is without consequence. It's not without consequence. Beg your pardon. It's not without consequence. Hope fades. Trust wanes. And frustrations are beginning to take root. People who have waited with unwavering faith are now caught in the whirlwind of confusion, seeking answers that no one seems willing to give. Grand ecosystem, I hail thee. Grand ecosystem. Grand ecosystem. Grand ecosystem, I hail thee. Powers, forces, principalities and powers. The kingdom of Perseus, the hemispheric powers. In times like this, we must demand transparency and accountability from those in charge. Those in charge. The promises made cannot be left hanging in the air, appearing to be devoid of fulfillment. It can't be left hanging in the air. People are tired. People are getting frustrated by the day. Those who give them information, they are at the edge, receiving bashes and lashes, tongue lashing and ear pulling, nose jacking, ear drawing, just because people are tired. You can't blame them. 7 years, 8 years, you think everybody will be Abraham? The Bible said Abraham staggered not at the promise of God through unbelief. Yet as the day keeps going, he was waxing stronger. Everybody can be Abraham. His own case was special, was peculiar. There are those with weak faith. God understands that. There are those with about to faith. And there are those with pertinent, undeniable faith. Their faith is strong, very strong. We all have different levels of tolerances. And God understands this. He keeps all of these situations in these classes. He said, I won't give you a problem too bigger than you can carry. Even in that middle of that very crisis, I, the Lord, would supply a way of escape so that it doesn't drown you. then someone will sit out there, no information about what is going on. People invested into the scheme. They invested their funds, some in thousands, some in millions. And 7 years down the line, it appears like no future in sight. No message, no communication, just errant, noticeable silence. It's not without consequences.